times where the penalty kill gives up 2 goals, and it still is kind of like the story of the game, or one of the stories of the game. Just getting out of that sequence at 3-3 with the down.
Well, I mean, that was just a crazy period, no? Like 4-on-3, 5-on-3, too many men on the change, then it goes the other way and it's 7-minute penalty kill. I mean, you don't see that very often. The whole entire second period was pretty much special teams, and I thought our penalty kill did a nice job. You know, I'm sure you look at it, we could have got more assertive on the shot from the point and got out there quicker to give them a little less time. You take those 2 goals, I'm sure Georgie would like at least one of them back, you know. Wasn't set on the first one, he goes through them, can't find the second one. You know, I think when he's sharp and on top of his game, he might save both, and if he saved one, you'd live with it. But I thought the penalty kill did a nice job for the amount of time they were on the ice.
With the Colton ejection, you had to rely on Pavel a little bit more in the third. How do you think he responded?
I thought he played fine. Yeah, I had no problems with his game. He worked hard. He was physical. He you know, he's a reliable checking center. Could have used him probably a little bit on the penalty kill, but he hasn't been up here very long, and the only reps he got was this morning. So you kind of go with the guys that you trust the most if they're still feeling it. But I thought he did a nice job. Yeah, I mean it's not an easy game to for your first one, because there was long stretches of that game where not only him but other players were sitting on the bench. Drouin at times, Tatar at times early in the game, lots of power plays, lots of penalty kills. So it's hard to find a rhythm. You gotta work on staying focused, and I thought he did that.
Wood lays the hit on Segan Butler, draws a penalty. He used his speed to set up that Ross Colton goal. He obviously was sprung it on a breakaway. I guess, was this all just kind of the combination of what you guys, the kind of game where you kind of get everything that you want out of Mouse Wood?
No question. So I guess I go back 3 games, Wood, Colton, and OC, they've been fantastic. I mean, they were an excellent line. If you just looked at their shifts, even in Vegas, they were outstanding. And they were playing a direct north game with lots of physicality. They were all hounding pucks, checking them back, using their speed, size, strength, and a lot of grit and determination going into the hard areas. And that's the way they have to play to be successful. That's why we got those guys. That added grit and physicality, and you see it, 2 big hits tonight on their D. I mean, that can take its toll and keeps D, you know, on their toes and maybe creating some turnovers. And in this case, Wood finishing the check, we get a power play out of it after they just scored a big goal on, what was it, OC block to a Wood net drive, and then Colton picks up the rebound. I mean, that's the type of goals you want him to score. So I thought it was a good night from those guys.
As long as you have a little bit of rest, do you see yourself playing Georgie, or do you think you might work a little rotation at this point?
Yeah, we'll see. We evaluate it sort of game by game, week by week. Yeah, and just evaluate how the goalies are playing and kind of go from there. Look at the opponents, if they're in division, out of division, home road, that kind of thing all comes into play.
How happy are you with the response in the third period?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hate our second either. It's just, again, we only had half our team playing. But I like the way we respond. I thought our big boys were excellent tonight. You know, you just look at their commitment to play. But we've been talking a lot about what we need to do to have success, and it, you know, at times we're inconsistent with how much commitment we're putting on our checking game, right? And it's just a lot of work. That's what it is. It's just hard work and commitment, and to check the right way. I believe it leads to a lot of offense. I think our guys believe in that too. Early in the year, it can take there's a little learning curve on remembering how hard the league is and how committed you have to be. And I thought our big guys led the way with that tonight. I thought they were great on the checking side of it, and then in the third, they finally started to get real dangerous and create a bunch of chances. Nate was a little snake bitten, and he finally puts one in, and Nico was great, and he puts one in. Like, I mean, I thought as a whole, our top guys really led the way to kind of set the tone for the group.
Coach, do you think that the communication improved a lot more in the last 2 games?
The communication? It's part of it. I mean, it's part of it. It's everyone buying into like the game plan that we set up and really committing it to it on both sides of the puck. You know, I know our guys like to score. They want to score. They want to make plays. It's not always going to be easy. The other team has something to say about it, so you have to work through their checking game, but you got to make sure you're staying committed to your own. And again, I thought our big guys kind of led the way, and everyone else followed. It was our most consistent game as a 4-line effort this year.
Rantanen has had tied goals at the ends of periods now a few times. Is it any coincidence that he's the player fighting those goals, or is that determination and focus in those moments a reflection of leadership?
I think it's a reflection of leadership. I also think it's when Mikko's on, it's his skill, it's his ability. I mean, you know, that's why he's one of our go-to guys. You know, every team kind of has him, and it's not easy to do, and it's not going to happen on every night. But if you're persistent and you play with the right determination, guys like Mikko will find ways to score big goals for you.
Ryan
Peter.
Johansson.
All right, go ahead, Eric and Peter, finish up by 11:30.
Ryan Johansson comes in Phil as a playmaker, and he's got 5 goals in 11 games. What's clicking for him and being kind of on that line that's scoring?
Yeah, well, Joe's been working hard. I think he's an intelligent hockey player. And you take his size and, you know, his vision and, you know, his hands and his ability to make plays. You know, when he gets in the right spots of the ice and someone makes a play to him or he's able to make a play, he's a really patient player. So he doesn't panic with anyone trying to check him because of his size and length. And that pays him dividends. It's like tonight, he gets it in the slot. He didn't rush it. He probably surveyed the ice to see if he could dish it off to someone couldn't, and then still found a way to put it in. And that's what he's kind of done a handful of times already to the first 10, 11 games.
I think that might have been his first even strength point of the season. Just how important was that and will be going forward to get him going?
Yeah, I mean, it's important for everyone. It's tough to produce 5-on-5, but I mean, if you have players that can do it, then you're going to win a lot of hockey games.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hope you're feeling better.